What is it like living alone in rural Vietnam? Hi, I'm Thien, a 33-year-old woman living in rural Vietnam. My husband is away driving tourists on a long-distance trip, and my children are attending a summer retreat. For now, it's just me at home. I'm living a simple and frugal life, spending less than $1 a day. What's it really like living alone in rural Vietnam? This morning, I didn't buy breakfast from the village market. This is an ordinary morning in rural Vietnam. No traffic noise, just peace and quiet. Today, I'm going to show you how I spend an entire day on less than $1. In rural Vietnam, a bicycle or a gasoline-powered motorbike is all I need to get wherever I want to go. Look, the sun is already up, and the birds have started their morning search for food. Most of my neighbors are awake now. The only exception is the factory workers, who have to get up much earlier to catch the company's 5:40 a.m. bus to work. Life moves at a slower pace here. There's no need to rush and no constant pressure. Living peacefully is one of the best things about rural life. I'm currently heavier than I'd like to be, so I keep my breakfast simple. I skipped bread, pho, and rice noodles this morning. Instead, I boiled one chicken egg that cost only 3,000 VND, about 11 US cents. In Vietnam, chicken eggs are easy to find almost everywhere, from the north to the central and southern regions. Even the smallest neighborhood convenience stores usually sell them. In rural Vietnam, there are many simple and inexpensive breakfast options. People often eat boiled eggs, instant noodles, rice noodles, steamed rice cakes, or boiled sweet potatoes. These days, many people also run small breakfast stalls. Vietnamese baguette sandwiches are especially popular. You can find them almost everywhere. With just 10,000 to 20,000 VND, you can enjoy breakfast without cooking. You can pay with cash or simply scan a QR code for a bank transfer almost anywhere, even at our village market. Paying with cash has its advantages. I only bring the exact amount I plan to spend, so once I buy what I need, I simply hand over the money. I don't need to unlock my phone, enter a password, wait for an internet connection, or even carry my phone with me. It also helps me avoid spending more than I planned. How about you? Do you prefer having breakfast at home or buying breakfast from a local food stall? And when you shop, do you prefer paying with cash or using a bank transfer or mobile payment? I boiled an egg for breakfast. One egg costs 3,000 VND, about 1 nons USD. It's cheap, filling, and that's my typical rural Vietnamese breakfast. I just need a little salt for dipping to add some flavor. I enjoy my breakfast alone in the kitchen. It's quiet, peaceful, and no one interrupts me. Even though I'm eating alone, I don't feel lonely at all. I simply feel calm, peaceful, and content. I don't have to adjust to anyone else's preferences, and I don't have to rush. This quiet moment is my favorite way to enjoy being alone. After breakfast, I drank some water and headed to work. I work as a seasonal day laborer outdoors, doing farm work for people in my village. Today, we're clearing out old chili plants after the harvest. First, we need to pull out these bamboo stakes, tie them into bundles, and store them so they can be reused next season. I earn my money with my own hands, and that gives me a sense of stability and pride. Even though I'm proud of this work, it's not stable or guaranteed. These are seasonal day jobs, and I only work when someone in the village needs extra help. Even though I'm proud of this work, it's not stable or guaranteed. These are seasonal day jobs, and I only work when someone in the village needs extra help. If they can't finish the work on their own, they hire me and pay me a daily wage. Now we're taking a short break in the field for a snack. I'm not going to eat because I already had breakfast at home before coming to work. Instead, I'm taking a break with a cup of green tea while watching the landowner and my mother-in-law enjoy their meal. I got this job because my mother-in-law introduced me to the family who needed help. I'm paid by each work session. If I work in the morning, I earn money for the morning. If I also work in the afternoon, I can earn even more. On a full day, I earn about 9.50 cents USD, but my income is never guaranteed. If I can work, I get paid. If one of my children gets sick and I have to stay home to take care of them, I earn nothing that day. I've been unemployed from a full-time job for many years. I still haven't been able to find a kindergarten teaching job, even though that's what I studied. After getting married and having 2 young children, I eventually had to leave teaching altogether. Even though kindergarten teachers in Vietnam earn a low salary, about 4.5 million VND a month, I truly loved that job. It gave me confidence, purpose, and happiness every time I went to work. Now, my days are mostly spent taking care of the house and looking after my children. Whenever someone in the village needs an extra hand and I'm not busy taking care of the kids, I'll take a day labor job to earn a little extra income. Today, I've been working outdoors under the blazing sun. The hours passed by so quickly. Before I knew it, it was already time to head home. After finishing my morning shift, I needed to stop by the market to buy food for lunch before everything sold out. I'll cook a simple lunch for myself. As for dinner, my mother-in-law told me that since the kids won't be home, I can have dinner with her. Cooking at home in the countryside is both affordable and delicious. Homemade meals are inexpensive, filling, and healthier than eating out. I live a very frugal life. I don't have a stable job, and I don't have a pension to rely on. My 3 children are still very young, and raising them costs a lot of money. There are daily expenses, school fees, and many other costs that come with raising a family. That's why I try to save as much money as I can whenever possible. Do parents in your country also worry about the cost of raising and educating their children? For lunch today, I'm having rice noodles with fermented anchovy dipping sauce. Rice noodles with fermented anchovy sauce is a simple homemade meal that many Vietnamese families enjoy. I wanted to buy some bean sprouts, but the woman who usually sells them is sick today, so she isn't at the market. One sheet of fresh rice noodles costs only 4,000 VND, about 15 cents. In rural Vietnam, everyone knows each other, so there's no need to feel embarrassed about buying just a small amount of food. Look, this is my lunch, just about 15 cents USD. After buying my food, I headed straight back home. Now it's time to prepare a simple lunch just for myself. First, I'll make the fermented anchovy dipping sauce. All I need to do is add a little seasoning to make the flavor richer. This dish is incredibly simple. I just roll up the rice noodles, dip them into the fermented anchovy sauce, and enjoy. Cooking for myself and eating alone is actually something I really enjoy. I don't have to cook for anyone else's taste. I can make whatever I feel like eating. A simple meal with just one sheet of rice noodles feels peaceful and satisfying. Even when I'm alone, I still eat well and take good care of myself. When you're by yourself, do you still take the time to cook a proper meal? The rice noodles are pleasantly chewy. The fermented anchovy sauce is rich, fragrant, and full of flavor. I only prepare enough for one person. By the way, these are made from lua chang rice, a local variety that many people believe is very nutritious. Because it's made in small batches, we usually have to call the noodle maker a day in advance to reserve our share. After lunch, it's time to take care of my pigs. Raising pigs is one of the few ways I earn income while I'm at home without a stable job. Pig farming is much easier nowadays than when I was a child. Back then, we had to cook the pig feed every day. Now, we simply mix commercial feed or rice bran with water, and it's ready to serve. Today, most young people in Vietnam know very little about raising livestock. When I was a child, as soon as I came home from school, I would put down my backpack and head straight to the farm work. I cut grass, fed the ducks, carried water, and helped with whatever my family needed. Back then, almost every child in the countryside helped their family with farm work. But things are very different today. Many farming and livestock jobs are now done with machines, and very few children work in the fields like we did. Times have changed, but I still remember what it felt like to work with my own hands and live close to nature. I don't get to rest at lunchtime because I still have to feed the pigs and clean their pen. Our pig pen is built on an upper floor. During the flood season, we wouldn't have enough time to move the pigs to higher ground if the pen were downstairs. Keeping them upstairs helps protect them from floodwaters and gives us peace of mind during the rainy season. After that, it's time to head back to work for the afternoon. During the summer, we usually start working again at 2 p.m. Taking a break during the hottest part of the day helps us avoid working under the scorching midday sun. After a long, exhausting day of work, I finally returned home. My shoulders were aching, and I was too tired to even move. Luckily, my mother-in-law invited me over for dinner tonight, so I didn't have to cook anything. Today, I set myself a challenge to live on just $1. From morning until night, I spent only 7,000 VND and still had 19,000 VND, about 72 cents USD left. Looking back at today's expenses, I spent only 7,000 VND, about 27 USD. I usually prepare my own breakfast, such as boiled eggs or boiled sweet potatoes. Because of that, my daily living expenses are usually very low. I spend less than $1 a day, which many people might find hard to believe. It's simple and humble, yet it brings me a deep sense of peace. How much does it cost you to live for one day in your country? I'd love to hear your answer in the comments. If you enjoy sharing these quiet moments of rural life with me, please subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching and for subscribing to my channel. Your support means the world to me.